This week on commandN, the rumor of Twapple, a late night award, and a new media wrap. Welcome to episode 178 of commandN. I'm Amber. We're back in Toronto, and that means we're back in the alleys, our old stomping ground. Now let's talk about the tech headlines of the week. Our headlines this week are sponsored by our good friends at GoDaddy.com. All you have to do if you want to sign up for any of their hosting packages and get an extra 10% off is enter the promo code commandN. That's the number 1 and the number 0. The latest internet rumor focuses on what else? Twitter. Word on the street is that Apple's going to buy Twitter for $700 million. As for a new name for the service, some are suggesting that it will be called Twapple. Personally, I think a better name is a pitter.
We take a lot of pride in that work that we do here at Twitter, and I think that same pride shines through in the Macs that we all use.
In other related Apple news, Canadian hardware store Rona has gotten creative with their latest advertising campaign. What they've done is to hang a banner below the iPod Nano dripping ads, so it looks like paint is dripping into cans. The idea is that Rona is trying to promote their new recycling program for paint. And thanks so much to David Dodell for sending us this link. If you're looking for a better way to keep on top of Canadian news, CanTags just launched. This allows you to tag any information that you put up on Twitter with 6 or 7 characters. If you want more information about how this works, check out the site at cantags.ca.
I think when the U.S. Airways plane crash landed in the Hudson River, you actually got first-person accounts on Twitter. So I think in that sense, it really helped the story. So you got pictures from people who were on the ferries. And so that was one story where I think Twitter really was beneficial as far as getting more information more quickly.
Yeah. This video is from a recent chat that I did on a television show called The Agenda with fellow panelists Matthew Ingram from the Globe and Mail, as well as Jay Rosen from NYU, and a couple of other social media experts. We're talking about journalism and Twitter. So if you're interested in learning more about that topic, check out the full show online.
And some people just can't get over the fact that anyone can say any darn thing they want to on the internet.
Recently we mentioned that the Webby Awards had announced their nominees. Well, now they've announced the Webby Person of the Year. It's Late Night's Jimmy Fallon. He was nominated as the Person of the Year because of his use of social media, his use of Twitter, Facebook, and other sites to promote his program. Now, Jimmy, we're still waiting for you to call us here on commandN so you can be on the show. Every time I present to a group and they're looking for a good way to collaborate on the internet, I always recommend that they set up a wiki. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and a great way to share content on the internet. As for the best services out there, one of my favorites is PBWiki. Now, they've recently announced that they've changed their name to PBWorks. Leo and I caught up with the founder to find out why.
We felt like Wiki was constraining us, that we had moved beyond just being a wiki solution, and that we were becoming a transformative tool for businesses to use for collaboration, and that was beyond what people were thinking of when they thought wiki.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Hot Stuff segment. I've got Chris Campbell here with me, and we're going to talk about Celtics, which is software we talked about a few years ago at the Atlantic Film Fest when it launched, actually, and it's come a long way since then. So what's Celtics about?
Well, when Celtics first started out, it was mostly screenplay formatting software with a few different screenplay formats. Then over the years, it sort of expanded and increased the feature set. It has all the formatting built in. Screenplay format, AV, radio plays, you can do stage plays. You can also reformat a script. So you might have a script that starts out as a radio play and think, actually, I want to shoot this as a film. And Celtics will let you actually convert the format. You know, you can break down a script, which is one of the key things when you're planning out a shoot is to break everything down. And you do it all within Celtics. So version 2 just was recently released.
And it's free and it's available on all the platforms.
The really important thing to remember with Celtics is that, you know, you might just use it just to write your script. But if you do want to get into that extra detail, basically you highlight words. So highlight words for characters. Like if you have dialogue for a character, the characters automatically show up in the breakdown. And then for each of the characters, you can also add actors. So if you were auditioning 2 or 3 actors, you could have those actors in the database, and you can take a photo of them, and you can enter their contact information, have all that included in there. And then when you decide on the actor that you want to use, then that's the one you associate with the character. You can do the same for locations. You can do the same for props when you're getting things ready. Ties in with Google Maps. So if you enter a location address, then you just click on the...
I love that location stuff is great too, like to be able to scout out and have a way to compile that information in a standard format that I guess you can now share with people. What's Celtic's studio?
Well, they had a thing called Project Central before, which is free. Now they introduced a new product called Celtic Studios. And basically you have a desktop. So you open it up, and then you have a bunch of different views. So you can look at all the Celtics documents that you've uploaded and saved. You can create previews, so you could have photos and short descriptions for them. It keeps track of the different versions that you've saved. And then you can also share it with people.
And so does it do multi-user tracking? Like lots of people can make those changes?
And then, yeah, if you share this, you can have a script so people can just read it, or they can read and write to it. Oh. So then if they can do that, then somebody else can make some revisions to your script, or maybe you write the script and somebody else is doing the scheduling. So then they go through, they figure out the schedule and save it, and then just through the web, without even having Celtics installed on a computer, you can go to Celtic Studio, and then you can actually download the schedule, say, if you just needed the schedule.
So it's come a long way in a few years. It's got so many tools that you'll use if you're an up-and-coming screenwriter or filmmaker or whatever else. And not only does it give you the tools, it gives you a bit of a sense of how all that stuff ties together. So where can we find it online?
It's at Celtics.com, so that's CELTX.com.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Chris. Okay. Enjoy.
Our web pick this week is from commandN viewer Dale, and here he is introducing a rap he found about web design.
It's Dale Chase from Brooklyn, New York, and this is Design Coding by the Poetic Prophet.
Your site design, the first thing people see. It should be reflective of you in the industry. Easy to look at with a nice navigation. When they can't find what they want, it causes frustration. A clear call to action to increase the temptation. Use appealing graphics, they create motivation. You have animation, please use with moderation, cause search engines can't index the information.
Thanks for watching this episode of commandN. We'll be back next week with another show. For now, if you have any comments or feedback, all you have to do is go to commandN.tv and leave us a message there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Should provide an explanation, should be easy to understand, like having a conversation. Create a site style, you can use your imagination, but make sure you use correct color combinations. Do some investigation, look at other organizations, but don't duplicate it, you might face the litigation.
Okay. Yeah, I just went there. It smells like Kentucky Fried Chicken out here. Gross. Ew. Okay.
Make sure that it's aligned. Please don't use tables even though they work fine. When it comes to indexing, they give searchers a hard time. Make it easy for the spiders to crawl what you provide.